guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the ThunderCats Classic, Tygra. Alright, so I've already given my thoughts on the SDCC version of the ThunderCats Classic Lion-O. Some folks agreed with me, others thought I might have been a little too hard on him. Either way, I've still been anxious to pick up the regular edition versions of these figures to review and compare. And I finally got my hands on Tygra, so let's check him out and see how he measures up. Tygra comes in the new ThunderCats Classic window box packaging. This will be the standard box for the retail versions of the ThunderCats Classic toy line. It's much better than the box that the SDCC exclusive came in. The window fully shows the figure inside the package. The top features the new ThunderCats Classic logo, and we get some cool new artwork of Tygra based on his appearance in the classic 80s cartoon series. The back of that box gives us a brief description on Tygra, while also showing off other figures available in the various new ThunderCats toy lines from Bandai. This Tygra figure is based off his original animated series look. The colors are very bright on this figure, from the bright orange of his fur to the light blues of his costume. I'll say right here from the get-go that in comparison to that San Diego Comic-Con Lion-O, this one looks leaps and bounds better without that sloppy blackwash job. While a little bit of detail might have helped make this one stand out just a little bit, I'll take this simple and bright paint job over that blackwash any day. The overall design of this figure is pretty good, as it does well capturing the look of the original character. Details of his costume, such as the shoulder pauldron only being on one side, and the bracelet on his forearm, are all good forms of attention to detail. Now I do have to point out that once again the joints at the wrists and at the ankles are once again unpainted, and therefore do not match the surrounding colors. They may not be as bad as those flesh-toned joints we saw in the middle of Lion-O's boots, but this does still really bug me.
Alright guys, so let's take a closer look at Classic Tygra here. Now Tygra is in the same 8-inch scale that we've already seen with the Classic Lion-O figure that I reviewed from San Diego Comic-Con. As you can see, standing them side by side, they've got the same height just about. Actually, Tygra even looks like he's slightly taller than Lion-O, but they do square off pretty well, so they fit in very well with each other. This is going to be the typical scale that I think we're seeing with this line. And I can see that the body types are pretty much entirely the same all the way through. They have the exact same legs, the biceps, arms, etc. all seem to be pretty much the same between the two figures. Of course, the big difference is the paint jobs, because with this we've got that wash job, and with this one there's no real definition or anything like that on the muscles. It's just a clean, solid paint job. So there's your difference, but the sculpting itself seems to be the same on the legs and the arms. Now the articulation is pretty much exactly what we saw with Lion-O before him. I will note that it's much tighter on this figure. I know that I had some problems I mentioned with Lion-O being a little loose in the ankles and everything, but it didn't seem like everybody's was that way, which is good, so it was just something that was with mine. Luckily, my Tygra does seem to be a lot tighter, so I don't really have any issues with standing him up or anything like that. The joints are the same. He's got the nice biceps, the ball-jointed biceps. You can move forward, backward, up, down. We got rotating biceps. We got good elbow joints. The hands, of course, being removable, are on the ball sockets on the end. We got the waist, which turns and kind of rotates around. We got those thigh cuts, as well as the nice joints there in the hips. Double jointed knees, which get you some really good posing with the legs. And then we got the ankle joints and the swivels at the calf. So all in all, I mean, you can really get some great poses out of them, which is a good thing. I mean, considering these are like cat people, they should be real flexible and get some good posing going on there. Now the head, pretty much we only get like the up and down movement, and we get the left and right. It's not bad. I mean, it rotates around quite a bit. Mine's got a little bit of the bobble going on. He's a little loose in the neck going forward, backward. You get a headbang. But I guess it's not too bad because it's not like it's real gimp and it just falls down. I mean, even though it's loose, it still stays in place pretty firmly, so I can still pose him around and move his head around. So not bad there. Now, the only thing I really kind of want to bring up that I'm not so sure how I feel about is the torso piece. Now, the torso piece used for this, as you can see, is different than the torso piece they use for Lion-O. Lion-O has not only the articulation in the waist where he rolls around, but he's also got the extra bit which is up in the ab crunch area. Tygra does not have this ab crunch or ab cut, whatever you want to call it. He does not have that at all. His torso is one solid piece all the way through. Now, like I said, he still has the nice roll at the waist area, but he is not articulated in his chest anywhere. And I'm not really sure why Bandai chose to do that with Lion-O and not with Tygra. It seems like an articulation cut that should be pretty standard across the entire line if you're going to choose to do it on one figure. I mean, it seems like you got it on one, you should put it on all of them. And I don't know, there's just something aesthetically off with Tygra, and I think it's because he's missing that joint. Something about his chest just seems big, like it's a little too puffy or a little too wide in comparison to his arms there. And as you can see, the Lion-O one, he kind of has a little bit more shape and more of a symmetrical shape with his upper body, whereas Tygra's just seems to be a little bigger and a little bulkier because of that lack of a joint. So I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint it exactly, but something definitely does seem a little off when looking at Tygra's chest here. Other than that, though, I have to say that I'm pretty happy. I think the articulation's pretty great on this, and it actually works a lot better on my Tygra than it did my Lion-O, so not too bad here.
Tygra includes one interchangeable right hand so that he is able to hold on to his included weapon. The hands are on a ball joint and tend to rotate around quite a bit, so it may take a little bit of patience to properly pop that new hand on. However, it does pop on rather easily once you get it set right, and the joints hold very tightly. It is also worth noting that the left hand is also removable even though there is not an additional left hand. So that is just the design of these figures. Tygra includes two accessories, a compact version of his whip, and a fully extended version ready for battle. The long version of the whip has an articulation cut right in the middle, so you can actually swivel it around to get your desired position for posing Tygra swinging his whip. Here's another neat little thing about these whips. Both the compact and fully extended version can come apart at every joint. So you can basically mix and match all of the parts however you want to. So if you want a shorter whip, or you want to depict Tygra as if he's just extending the compact whip, you can do just that. You can even match those parts up in such a way that you end up having two shorter whips, although Tygra can't really hold them both at the same time very well. I'm not exactly sure if this was something completely done by design or not, but it's still neat nonetheless. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Here's Tygra standing alongside his vintage counterpart. All of the elements of his classic look are captured and updated in this new figure pretty well, and we even have more cartoon-accurate colors on his costume. And here he is standing next to the new 4-inch Tygra figure, so you can get an idea of how his look has evolved for the new animated series. So, How do I feel about this new Tygra figure? In the end, I will say that I like him better than the San Diego Comic-Con Lion-O figure that I picked up. The paint job is better on this one, and at a much more reasonable price of $19.99 at retail, I can forgive some of my smaller nitpicks because I don't feel like I'm getting outright ripped off. I would still like to see Bandai fix some issues, such as the unpainted joints, and I'm still not entirely a fan of that really shiny plastic that's used. The level of detailing could still be cranked up a notch, but maybe that's all just wishful thinking on my part. And again, maybe I'm being a little too nitpicky. I still think that this is the best version of classic Tygra we have ever received in figure form, and I think those die-hard Thundercat fans out there will generally be pleased. Tygra is hitting retail stores now, so happy hunting, and until next time.